Welcome to another episode of UndocuStartup Weekly, where I share the biggest lessons that I've been learning building the #1 entrepreneurship program for undocumented students. Now, if you're an undocumented student center director or ally and you want to collaborate with me to bring entrepreneurship to your campus, visit UndocuStartup.com and book a free meeting with me. I'd love to collaborate with you this semester. 120 undocumented students, 6 different states, 1 day to launch your business. We started UndocuStartup in California, but we knew that our impact had to go in more than one state. So introducing the UndocuStartup Tour, we are bringing our flagship entrepreneurship bootcamp to 6 different states for the next few months.
$26 in investment.
Oh, wow.
Yes, and we also got 1 client.
Like last minute, I send messages to the people I know, and I just got sent 60.
Ooh. There's only 120 spots, so apply now at www.undocustartup.com/tour. Again, www.undocustartup.com/tour, and I'll see you on the other side. Right, lesson number 1 is to finish strong the year, right? If you guys don't know this about me, every 12 weeks for me is a year, right? And I got this from the book called The 12-Week Year. And ultimately, I set goals for 12 weeks only because that's as much as I can think ahead of my company. And then I take the 13 week to sort of, deliberate what did I do good, what can I improve on. And productivity has gone down definitely during this year. But my goal is to just finish strong. I haven't been at my best for the past few weeks. I think with everything going on, it's kind of hard to, because it is affecting parts of my business and whatnot. But at the end of the day, we're gonna finish strong. And I'm using this week to sort of catch up, finish strong, do the debrief, and then come back. All right, lesson number 2 is to work and then go to the gym, right? I love the gym. Mental health reasons. But also I'm on this weight loss journey. But one of the things that I did this quarter is not only that I go back to the gym, but what I realize is when I go to the gym and then I do work, I tend to be sleepy. I tend to be tired when I come back. So the lesson that I'm trying out this week and something that I'm going to try next semester is maybe I should be doing some work and then going to the gym as my reward. So like that, I'm able to focus, and like that, I'm not as tired when it comes time to focus on my business. So that is lesson number 2. Maybe that's something that I need to shift. All right. Lesson number 3 is to fix my sleeping schedule. Okay. Fix my sleeping schedule. So I used to go, right now I'm going to sleep pretty late, 12, 1 a.m. And yet I still wake up at 7 a.m. without an alarm, which is actually kind of surprising. But there are some days where I feel a little groggy. There are some days where I need an afternoon nap. But one of the things that I want to do is I want to start fixing my sleeping schedule, and the fix is just literally just 10 minutes. I'm going to go to sleep 10 minutes earlier starting this week and see if that impacts me a little bit better. So like that, I'm more focused. I realized that if I stay up a little bit longer, the following day I'm not as focused. So maybe that's something that I need to change. Lesson number 4 is to work on one bad habit this week and then just fix that one, because then this will lead to fixing all the other habits. So I've developed a lot of bad habits. But one of the public habits that I can talk about is that I was drinking too much energy drinks to stay up during the day, because sometimes I would go to sleep late and I needed to complete some of the tasks. But when I started doing that, not only did I started noticing I was getting these circles under my eyes, but I also started researching what are the long-term effects. And I also asked myself, is this anxiety that I would get because of that adrenaline rush and that caffeine rush worth it long-term? And I decided it's not. It is not worth it. I haven't drank. It's about to be 1 month since I've drank energy drinks. I don't drink alcohol. I don't smoke. So those are extremely bad habits. But I consider drinking energy drinks in that category. And then I started seeing that I would get this caffeine boost and then I would crash. So then that would lead me to certain days not being effective because all I wanted to do is sleep after the crash, right? So my plan now is let's fix this habit. I'm going to be 1 month in. I'm going to just continue. I don't want to drink any more energy drinks because of that. And what I realized is once you fix one habit, then it pours into something else, because it will tell you, and it tells me that I am more capable than I thought with fixing certain habits. So once I'm done with this habit, I'm going to work on another habit. But yeah, if there's something that you feel that is holding you back from, building your company, look at that habit, see if you can improve on it, and then move from there. All right. Lesson number 5 is to do one thing every day that scares you. Okay. Do one thing every day that scares you. This goes for the company specifically, right? Saying no to things is scary. Asking for more pricing is scary, right? Like I got hired to do a simple workshop for this big organization. Great opportunity. I can't name the organization, but I asked for a little bit more money, and they ended up giving me more than I asked for, and I'm extremely grateful. But even in everyday life, right? And even in everyday life, one thing that I did recently is I went to Starbucks, and normally I ask for a discount of $1, $2, because one of the things that I wasn't as comfortable with was facing rejection. So, about a week ago, I went to Starbucks and I asked them, what are the chances that you give me my Starbucks coffee for free? And this has never happened to me, but they said, pick a number 1 to 100. And if we name the same number, then you'll get it for free. I ended up saying 40, and then the actual number was 20. So I was kind of off, but you'd be surprised at what happens when you do something that scares you every day. Like I kid you not, like I get butterflies in my stomach right now as I'm doing this expansion to, other cities in California, trying to run more programs and doing these workshops. It does scare me because I'm like, am I really prepared for this, for the amount of skill that I want to do? But at the same time, if I want to get to the impact that I want to make within the community and I want to build this ecosystem for entrepreneurship, it starts with building it brick by brick, day by day. And on top of that, you need to do something that scares you every day, right? Whether that is asking that girl you like at the gym, asking her out, whether that is asking for a discount, right? So that's one thing that I started doing, and definitely I gotta implement it with my business as well. Well, lesson number 6 and 7 is try again and don't quit now. I got this. By trying again, I mean, get back up and try again. Yeah, I might have had a few rough weeks, but it doesn't mean that I stopped there. I need to come back. Right. Yes, I might have faced rejections, but it doesn't mean that there's not enough demand for it. There's still a lot of things that I need to do, and I want to continue the momentum that I'm having. And I want to make sure that I don't quit now. You see, the hardest part about being an entrepreneur is the sacrifice that you'll be making along the way. And sometimes I ask myself if I am willing to pay that price, right? I don't know how much I'm willing to sacrifice, to be honest, right? I don't know if I'm willing to sacrifice finding a significant other. I don't know if I'm willing to sacrifice, having kids. But what I am starting to realize is that there's phases in life, and right now I'm in the phase where I need to really scale this UndocuStartup message of entrepreneurship for undocumented people without limits. Because if I don't do that, and other people do that, then I'm gonna be very, very mad at myself, given that I want to build this brand. I have a big vision of what I want to build. But sometimes it's hard to pay the price, y'all. I mean, the price of being by yourself all the time, the price of saying no to your friends sometimes, the price of not spending this money because you want to reinvest into the company. Those are the price that you need to think about, right? And last year, the price was going a lot of months without any income, right? This year, the price is, can I continue with the momentum, right? Because I already passed my goal of last year. I already did the impact that I did the whole year last year. I already did it in 3 months. So now it's just a matter of like, how do you get to the 10x level of that? But I also understand that to get to the 10x level of that, it's a new person, right? I'm not the same person that I was where I'm currently at. And with new power comes great responsibility, like Spider-Man says. So yeah, but it's not about quitting now, right? If I wanted to quit, I should have quit, 10 years ago. If I wanted to quit, I should have quit when there was no revenue coming in. And it's interesting because now that there's revenue coming in, now I'm thinking about how do I scale this to the impact that I want to make? How do I replicate this model so I build something that is scalable, something that I really, really want to build within the next 2 years? So if you're looking for a sign to keep going, this is your sign, right? I'm continuing to keep going because, like I mentioned, right, I'm the one that's gonna solve this problem. I'm the one that can build this. I'm the one that I feel like can realistically talk about being undocumented without DACA. And now that I have DACA, I have 2 perspectives, and I'm sure that once I have citizenship, I'll be able to talk about it there. So I'll leave it at that, y'all. I mean, obviously, these were more lessons around personal growth. but taking care of ourselves but taking care of ourselves should be priority. Taking care of our mental health, taking care of how we look, taking care of, making sure we have a good haircut, making sure that, we feel nice, we go to the gym, all that stuff. All that stuff is important. So I hope you guys found this video helpful. And if you did, make sure you give this video a thumbs up if you're watching it on YouTube. If you're watching it on Spotify, listening to it on Apple Podcasts, give it a little star. And as always, be motivated and stay motivated, baby. I'll talk to you soon.
Welcome to UndocuStartup by Juan Hernandez.